So let me hit you on a few other subject matters that I'm sure are on your plate. I'm sure you're asked about it a lot. The international series, I've been calling a few of these games. Where do we go from where it currently is? Are we looking to have a full season of international games that you're now going to sell off to another partner potentially? Is that the idea here, Hans?
Look, I think the idea starts with just continuing to grow the game, and we think there's so much opportunity ahead of us. We're going to have flag football in the Olympics in 28, and hopefully Brisbane after that. But you, Rich, maybe even better than me, you're there. You're part of it every year. You've seen the games, whether in London or whether in Germany or this past year in Sao Paulo, and that excitement and the energy and what we see in each of those markets where we take our games. For us, it's only reinforced the view of there's more opportunity out there. And we think, and certainly I believe, it's the greatest game there is. And so the more opportunity to bring that to more people around the world, we think that's a good thing. I think we definitely know we're excited. We'll be back in Brazil next year in Rio. We're also going to be back in Australia, which is a super fun way to start the year in Melbourne with week one. And I think we're working on the rest of the schedule and where else we'll be around the globe. But I think you'll see that continue to grow. The commissioner's been pretty public about his view that there's an opportunity to play more games. So need a little bit more time to lock in that schedule next year. Hopefully you'll be part of it.
Sure.
In some way, shape, or form, because you do such a great job with
Thanks,
those games. But yeah, I think we're just still on the tip of the iceberg. And look, we're always sensitive. We know we're taking those games and sometimes out of home markets, but it's an awesome thing to see some of those clubs be celebrated in those different markets around the world. And again, we just think there's a lot more there ahead of us.
No, I hear you. I mean, you're meeting fans where they are. I see it, and again, the games in Germany, for instance, it's not people who sound like us. They're legit locals that are going to this game that might have fallen in love with it from the NFL Europe days.
They're named like me, though.
That's right.
Like,
they do
some of them are named like me.
I've met a few Hanses and Schroeders. I have met them. But it's for real, and there's, the NBA shouldn't be one of the only sports that actually sells itself abroad from the United States, and the NFL does have fans where they meet them. And I'll tell you, I do speak to friends of mine who love the four windows of football. They just love, that fourth morning window of football, and certainly it's a little bit early out here in Los Angeles, but it's awesome. And for those of us who work at NFL Network, it's great to see games on our air as well. The question is are you hearing from partners of the NFL saying we want to get in on this, so let's get more of these games as fourth window, and we'll take a package from you?
Absolutely.
Are you hearing
and
that?
Look, and you hit on a great point. The NFL Network, I think we're up over 30% this year with those 9:30 windows. They've had 6 games in that time slot. And look, I think certainly we have a lot of considerations there with West Coast fans for West Coast teams. But, we look at that 9:30 window. It's an incremental way to just give fans more football on a Sunday, which we think is exciting. It's also internationally. It's in a time slot that gets games into a really attractive viewing period in Europe, also reaches parts of Asia in prime time on Sunday where some of our other games don't do that. So as we think about engaging the world, we really thought that 9:30 slot and believe that 9:30 slot's becoming more and more embraced by our fan base and excited that there's just more football on those Sundays. And so, we definitely think it's something we're going to build on. We've certainly had other partners ask about it. We think NFL Network has done a great job building it. So, we'll see where the future goes. But I think, we're here to stay at 9:30, and there's probably going to be more of them in the future.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, 12 to 3 Eastern.